I was planning my own death, you know, I wanted to commit suicide. You know, I used to be high, I was up for days, and I was hoping that I would slip and fall, you know, just to take it all away. I'm tired, I don't want to be out here no more, you know?
First Presbyterian Church has always been a church that serves the city, and for many years we had a Loaves and Fishes where we served our neighbors.
The location we had been serving Loaves and Fishes at could no longer do it, and we were going to move it back to our church. And so that was a time where we felt like we should reimagine and move this ministry to a different level, make it more relational.
Our committee was looking at different ways that we could serve our neighbors, not just to be serving a meal, but to be actually sitting down and visiting with our homeless neighbors, building relationship.
And that's where Pastor Jackson and his church, Faith-Based Institute, joined us in a partnership.
I came to be involved with First Pres through Brother Brad Duform, and was able to sit down with Pastor Mitchell and Pastor Joe last year of November, and we talked about outreach and reaching the community.
In December, we had our very first Loaves and Fishes partnering with FBI, and then it really took off when we did Love 210.
We started a regular Loaves and Fishes in March of 2018.
The new Loaves and Fishes program that we've established here at FPC has really been a tremendous access point for me into my life here at the church. No longer is First Pres simply a place where I go to worship on Sundays, but instead we have the opportunity to work within the community, right outside the doors of our church, serving the homeless and those less fortunate than ourselves. We build relationships that last after the meals are over. We have Bible study every Monday evening that has been serving these groups, and the growth in that program has been tremendous. One of the best experiences I can tell you about is getting to know a young man named Anthony, and to hear his testimony was really quite moving.
My name is Anthony Gibson. I'm in House of Discipleship with Pastor Jackson. Last year this time I was in jail. You know, I spent Christmas and my birthday in jail. You know, and up until 4 months ago, I was planning to commit suicide. I woke up one morning under the bridge and I only had $9 in my pocket. I walked over to the park, you know, where we all used to hang out at, where I used to hang out at every day and get high. And that morning, you know, I waited for the drug dealer for maybe a couple of hours, you know, and the drug dealer never showed up that morning. And every morning, they always show up, they're always on time. But that particular morning, they just wasn't there. I walked over to this church, it was called First Presbyterian Church. They was having like a get-together to help people out and everything. And I stood in line for about 5 minutes, but you know, the drug was so calling me that I left and went back to the park and waited again for the dealer to show up, and they never showed up. I got tired and I walked back over to the church, and the get-together was over with. I was the last one to show up, and there wasn't no more food left or anything like that. I talked to a guy named Will, you know, and he asked me what was going on with me. He ministered to me, and you know, he was a very nice guy. You know, it didn't matter that I haven't taken a shower in a week. It didn't matter what race or color I was. He just showed me so much love. And he asked me, have I heard of Pastor Jackson? And right when he said that, Pastor Jackson walked towards me and he looked at me and he asked me, could he talk to me for a minute? And he brought me into the next room, you know, and he asked me what was going on with me. And I told him, I'm tired. I don't want to do what I'm doing anymore, you know. And he asked me, was I ready to make a decision to come, that I want to come with him. And at that particular time, I really wasn't ready to go. You know, I thought maybe I can get his phone number or I can call him later, because I still was in my addiction stage. I wanted to get high. You know, the drug was really calling me. You know, I didn't know the type of help that I really was seeking right then, you know, but I knew it was a better way to live for me. I made the choice to leave with him. I've been clean and sober now for about 4 months. You know, I don't have those suicide thoughts anymore. You know, want to say thank you definitely to Pastor Jackson and First Lady Mama Tina and the First Presbyterian Church for being there at a time where I really needed that help. You know, I really needed that help.
Did you hear what he said? He came here seeking death and he found life. He came here hungry for something more than food and more than a shower, and he got showered with God's grace and God's love. Did you hear that?
Let me invite all my friends at First Presbyterian Church to join us. Come volunteer at Loaves and Fishes. You'll have a lot of fun. We need people to help us set up. We need people to help us break down. But most importantly, we need your spirit and your love to just wash over all of these guests of ours and help them on their spiritual path.
Life is worth living when you